Hey guys, Chris from Harmony Turbines back at you here. It is 1 week since our last video, and as I was doing that video, in there you'll remember I was speaking about how quickly we would be able to go from an idea to catting things up to actually camming and cutting parts. Well, guess what? We're back for another installment of that. We're here in front of our coil winding system, and you'll notice that we've got probably 6 pounds of wire that's come off of that 10-pound spool. It's actually 9.7 pounds. And this was our winding apparatus. We're also light on a number of coils. So here is all of our bobbins wound and ready to go. They are beautifully wound here. Actually, they're all gorgeous. So this is exactly what I was talking about with the rapid prototyping, the ability to do things very, very quickly. This is what it's all about, guys. So we have our coils wound, the bobbins are ready. Come on over here. And more of this magic that is our little company here, the ability to very rapidly move into prototype and early production mode. So this is a jig. So what it is, I'm gonna, I should have grabbed a few while I was over. The idea here is you have your molds, which I'll show you in a moment, and those molds are necessary for a 24-hour period to have the coils and everything inside. Once we get these in our jig, this is our little jig. It's only 1/4 inch thick. We can kind of put things in the jig, get all the wires soldered up and arranged, and then when they're all ready to go and soldered, then we can remove them from this jig and we can transfer them. We have this turned upside down just to keep any debris from falling in it. But here's our mold. So that's how quick we're able to do things here, guys. And this is because we have our own equipment. We've got all of the pieces and parts to do this rapidly. And we never would have had this capability had we listened to the trolls years ago saying, oh, you're stupid, why would you buy your own equipment? Well, this is exactly why we bought our own equipment, to do this, because we knew the day would come when we'd be able to rock and roll and move very quickly through this process. And once we're done with the recipe, I keep telling people, we just need to finish with the recipe before we bake the cookies.
Yummy, yummy.
All right, once we're done getting the recipe together and getting all these pieces working harmoniously together, no pun intended, then we can move into low volume production. And the machines behind us are what are gonna be driving us forward. Basically, we hire a few more people, we assign them to the tasks that we need, where the bottlenecks are, and then we just start banging through the process. So here's our mold. Next week, we're gonna start doing the connections and soldering. We'll immerse this into our, I'm not sure where the epoxy resin is. We tried a couple different epoxy resins. I think we're happiest with the one. It dries quickly. It has a very low smell, but it takes 24 hours to dry. This mold is where we're going to set that first core for all of our coils, and then that'll go 24 hours. We'll take this out. In fact, we have our pins in here already. So there's 3 pins that are a little bit hard to see, but these 3 pins where we can actually push gently to pop the mold out, then the finished part out of the mold. And that will allow us, put that back upside down, that'll allow us to get everything out of there and then start the process over for the next one. Now, initially, we only need 1 mold right now because we're gonna test this. We're gonna make sure things are working as they should. And if I'm wrong on any of my calculations, then we'll make adjustments. We'll throw another set of coils in and we'll make another one. But this is really cool how quickly this came together. And I hope you understand what I'm saying here would take weeks and months to send off and have sent out to companies, have them make sure that they are understanding what we need. They have sometimes 14-week lead times before they can get parts back to you. It's especially when it's larger parts like this. These aren't things that you can just instantly go to a company and say, hey, we need you to make this, and the next day they give it to you. So we've got our jig and we have our mold already done. And over here, come along, Jeremy is already working on camming up the parts for our generator. Now we're going to stay back because I don't want to get too close and give away trade secrets. So, you can try zooming in all you want. You can show his computer screen, it's fine. But my cameraman's being so careful. There's nothing over there that's going to give away trade secrets. You can show it, it's fine. So what he's working on is the pieces and parts that are going to be going into the generator itself. And I have already given to our partner company up front, Steel Design Manufacturing, the rotor plates. They're the steel components in our axial flux generator. So those are already over there, ready to be water jet at their earliest convenience. So guys, this is more of this amazingly quick, rapid prototyping that we're able to do here. Thanks to our machines in the shop, thanks to our CAM and CAD capabilities, and the ability for us to just order material, throw it on the machine, and bang out the parts. So it's exciting. It's really exciting. When you think of this, when you think of how it's all coming together, this is where it's at. And at this point, we will keep showing you as we progress how we're moving with the production of our first prototype, what I'm calling our simplified axial flux generator. This is not the one that I have the patent on. It's a simplified version of that. So it doesn't have all the bells and whistles. But the purpose of this simplified axial flux generator is to keep costs down to a minimum. It's really beautiful, actually, how this thing, when Jeremy and I sat down and we took an entire day going through all the parts and looking at all the components from a manufacturing capability standpoint to a machinability standpoint, this thing is going to go together like a dream. And it's really, really nice to see how stable and solid this little unit can be. And it's only going to be about 3.5 inches tall when it's complete. But this little sucker should kick butt. And, we'll see when we get the first one together and test it, how well it does. But it should start producing in just 20 RPMs. And that's going to be equivalent to like a 2 to 3 mile an hour wind. So as soon as the little anemometer begins spinning up there, Harmony should also kick up and start spinning. And then come on over here. So you have already seen when we were talking about our own charge controller, our own proprietary charge controller that we are making, our own Harmony Turbines charge controller that's going to couple with our own Harmony Turbines proprietary simplified axial flux generator. Say that fast 20 times. So this is the stuff I showed in another video, how we're doing our own charge controllers. Then the third piece over here is all of our wind tunnel testing. So at a later date, we'll come over here and do another deep dive video into exactly what we're doing here, why we have literally probably 150 little mini turbines all over the place here with our wind tunnel. But I'm not going to go into that in this video. We're going to keep it short. We're going to keep it concise. Thank you for investing in us. Thank you for following with us, guys. HarmonyTurbines.com. If you want to invest and be part owner in the company, you can do that right now. Our crowdfunding round is open here in the second quarter of 2025. Not sure when you're going to be watching this video, but it won't be open forever. So thank you for believing in us, for following in this journey and understanding that it's because of this. Our team, Harmony Turbines here, the machinery that we own, the expertise of the people that we have here, all of this is what makes it possible to very rapidly go into production, low volume production, just from having ideas only weeks ahead of the time. The speed at which things are increasing right now and changing and evolving, it's kind of like you can see the bows being tied and the ribbons being tied on all these loose ends. And this is really an incredibly cool part of the process to see all of the hard work coming to fruition here. So our proprietary charge controller, our proprietary simplified axial flux generator, and our different scoop geometries that we're working with. These final three pieces are going to be put into our first beta units that we put out for our initial early adopter customers. So thank you guys. Chris from Harmony Turbines signing off. Take care.
Harmony Turbines. We now have the power to change the world.